Good morning, everybody. This is Jeff J. Brown, China Rising Radio Sinoland in Normandy, France, on the D-Day beaches in Arromanches-les-Bains. If you didn't read my article, I just put out, go to my blog, and it's the last article. A very powerful and necessary read. Today, I am also extremely excited about great news. China Rising Radio Sinoland is expanding its coverage. Pictured above, anti-imperial authors and journalists building a bridge of hope and resistance against the 1% global elites who are doing all they can to destroy our pale blue dot in the name of money, property, possessions, and power. Can't see it in this photo, but right above is a huge deep state jackboot trying to crush us. I'm joining forces, and I hope you will provide critically needed support. Great news! It's time to start recognizing outstanding anti-imperial journalism, all the wonderful writers who have been on the China Rising Radio Sinoland show, as well as the hosts who were kind enough to invite me on their programs. Starting today, I will republish their work for CRRS fans, along with those who are members of the China Writers Group and those who have endorsed the China Trilogy. See below, either by writing book reviews or blurbing it, as it is known in the trade. This list of CRRS guests and hosts is quite impressive, growing by the day, and can be found here. Those who have endorsed China Trilogy can be read here. Reviews can be read by clicking on each trilogy book image below. I'm doing this for several reasons, but first a couple of kudos. You wouldn't know it by looking at my site, but CRRS gets millions of page views per year, something I'm very proud of since the only work having been produced on it up to now is mine. Clearly, people around the planet are looking for, quote, live from the streets, end of quote, news and views about China, Asia, Western Empire, and the world at large, based on someone who has lived and worked for many years in Sinoland, who knows the language. I would like to humbly thank all the China Rising Radio Sinoland friends, fans, and followers spanning the globe who have made it such a huge journalistic success, and it continues to grow in readership. I also want to thank the editor-in-chief of the Greenville Post, Mr. Patrice Greenville, who spends a small fortune keeping the CRRS website running and safe from tens of hack attacks each day. Without him, there would be no China Rising Radio Sinoland for you to follow. Patrice has had to borrow thousands of dollars from banksters to pay to keep our two sites safe, and is paying interest on the loans, which is shameful and criminal. It takes money to fight the Western Empire's deep state and 1% elites. So underlined and in bold, do yourself a favor and click on this link right now in the right-hand column. Make a donation, no matter how big or small. The link is www.greenvillepost.com. That is spelled GREANVILLEPOST, all one word, .com. Reason number one to expand CRRS's coverage is time commitments. In the next year, I have promised myself to finish book number 4, China book number 4, faster than a speeding bullet. Chinese people's unstoppable dream for global leadership in the 22nd century. The China Trilogy will transform into the China Cycle, which is what a four-book collection is called. At the same time, Godfrey Roberts and I want to write the definitive English language biography of Mao Zedong, tentatively titled Worker, Peasant, Student, Soldier, a biography of Mao Zedong, the man behind the myths through the eyes of China's 99%. On top of that, I'm going to need to keep teaching about 10 hours a week, pay the bills, so the rest of 2019 and 2020 is going to be a high-pressure, busy time for me. By inviting other writers on CRRS, I can feel less guilty about not getting articles /podcasts off as much as I would like to. Still going to try to publish 2 a week, but if I can't, there will be plenty of other high-quality reporters to appreciate and learn from. Secondly, everybody who has been involved with CRRS deserves the exposure and recognition, as they are all excellent authors and journalists. I know how much work goes into publishing an article, the hours and hours of researching/reading, writing, editing, re-editing, posting, and promoting on social media, and if they do an audio/visual podcast, extra effort on top of all that. Thirdly, among the many hundreds of emails I share each month with these fine people is the recognition that we need to synergize by sharing each other's work. With all the massive deep state online censorship against us, both on the left and the right, you just have to be anti-1% establishment, especially the big four, Google/YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We have got to lock arms together to lead the charge. United we stand, divided we fall. They have billions of dollars and euros to crush our voices and ideas, while truth-tellers like us go begging, which is a sad statement, but reality. Write for empire, and you rake in the donations. Fight the bastards, and we struggle to pay for our websites, which cost a small fortune to keep safe from said deep state hackers. Hopefully, with increased synergies, you will see the critical value of what we do to make the world a better place for yourselves and the rest of the 99%, not just for the 1% who are marching us towards dystopian oblivion. And you will start supporting us monetarily, not only reading and listening/watching our stuff. Fourthly, a number of these anti-imperial heroes and heroines already republishing my work. I need to be a team player and reciprocate. Xi Jinping talks about win-win cooperation, mutually beneficial relationships, and I need to start walking the walk. It has been too long, and I hope they accept my sincere apologies. In closing, thanks in advance, friends, fans, and followers. Enjoy the added coverage, outstanding news and views about China, Asia, the world at large. Support CRRS above or via the Greenville Post aforementioned. That's it. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.